Let's talk about how the Capitol removed all of Katniss's scars. After the 74th Hunger Games, Katniss is actually placed under sedation and wakes up during small increments of time. During one of these moments, she notices that her scars are disappearing. When she wakes up for the final time and is finally allowed to move again, she confirms that her scars really have disappeared. Obviously, Katniss sustained quite a few injuries in the arena, and those scars are gone, but so is every other scar that she's ever had. Namely the ones that she's acquired through years and years of hunting. So why is this significant? With the erasing of all of the scars that Katniss sustained within the Hunger Games, it's almost like they're erasing what happened. A scar is a lasting and physical symbol of the trauma that she endured. And although it cannot be compared to the erasure of Lucy Gray, the Capitol has erased all physical evidence that Katniss was in the games. Which is by itself a disturbing thought, of course. But when you start to think of why they may do this, it becomes even more disturbing. The Capitol appears to be ruled by this idea of perfection. It is made very, very clear in the books that many Capitol citizens have undergone plastic surgery. A lot of people have dyed skin. In fact, they actually try to operate on an unconscious Katniss and give her a boob job. So not only did they remove the physical indicators of the Hunger Games on her body, but they removed her past. When Katniss talks about the other scars that were removed from her body, she specifically mentions hunting. And up until that point, the only two people that Katniss has ever seriously hunted with are Gale and her father, meaning that the Capitol erased memories from her skin of both of them. By the time Mockingjay rolls around, Katniss now has scars again, because she didn't receive a full body polish at the end of Catching Fire since they escaped from the arena. Katniss's prep team is actually getting her ready to do a propo when she thinks, with my acid-damaged hair, sunburned skin, and ugly scars, the prep team has to make me pretty and then damage, burn, and scar me in a more attractive way. Katniss actually has a pretty large scar on her arm from where Joanna dug out the tracker in Catching Fire, and her Mockingjay suit doesn't cover it. Plutarch and Fulvia are actually called in to look at the scar, and Katniss says, I swear the sight of it triggers Fulvia's gag reflex. Katniss then says, everyone knows I have a scar here, and Fulvia replies, knowing it and seeing it are two different things. It's positively repulsive. Plutarch and I will think of something during lunch. Once again, this idea of perfection of Capitol ideals being placed onto Katniss. Katniss also mentions the scar that Joanna gave her many times in the book, and she calls it ugly every single time. Katniss actually returns from the propos at one point and looks at herself in the mirror, saying, the person in the mirror looks ragged with her uneven skin and tired eyes, but she looks like me. I ripped the armband off, revealing the ugly scar from the tracker. There, that looks like me too. By the end of the series, Katniss is covered in burn scars from the bombs. There's this implication that she could have asked once more for a full body polish, but doesn't. And I think it's this really beautiful note of Katniss taking back her body. Because although Katniss has not been trafficked like Finnick, there has still been damage done to her body from the Capitol. Because yes, the Capitol has taken all of her past scars from her, but they cannot take her future ones. So through this act of taking Katniss's scars, it means so much more than just a body polish. Because I can only assume that the people who treated her worst injuries would have been Prim and her mother. So the Capitol removed memories of 4 of the people closest to her. Her father, Gale, Prim, and her mother. And by the end of the book, she has lost all of them but regained new scars.